Hi, I'm Jamie Redknapp and you're watching Football Stats Online.
58 million for an American player. Surely this is fake news.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, and welcome back to another episode of Football Stats Online, aka FSO, the show that gives you the stats and facts so you don't have to argue with your pub mates, or friends, or colleagues. Yes, today we are talking transfers. And recent news, Chelsea have made a 58 million purchase for Christian Pulisic from Dortmund. The American player who plays on the wings is going to Chelsea in the summer and is currently being loaned to Dortmund till the summer. But the real question is, 58 million for an American player. Does this mean he has the potential, or his potential is better than Hazard? To put this into context, the second richest American player was a guy called John Brooks. Exactly. And that was for $22 million when he went to Wolfsburg. 58 million for an American player is unprecedented. Now, I'm not trying to slag off Americans, God bless America and all that. But let's face it, America, you're not great at soccer or football, should I say. Yeah, you've had a good few World Cups, but in terms of individual players, you've had a few players who were supposed to set the world alight, such as Freddie Adu. Unfortunately, he didn't quite make it. But Pulisic has shown some promise in Dortmund. Has shown good skills, good potential. But is he worth 58 million pounds? When Hazard came to Chelsea in 2012, Chelsea bought him for 32 million pounds. And given the rate of inflation, he would approximately cost 38 million pounds. A far cry. A far cry. Even my voice is going. A far cry from the 58 million pounds Chelsea have paid for Christian Pulisic's services. So, as we do here on the show, let's look at the stats to see whether this fee is justifiable. So in order to make this a fair comparison, we're going to take Pulisic's first 4 seasons, including the last season he's going to play before he moves to Chelsea, and Hazard's first 3 seasons at Lille before he moved to Chelsea. I think doing Hazard now would just crush Pulisic. So we're going to look at some stats to see which player had the better stats before they moved on to Chelsea and see whether this valuation is indeed justified. So when we look at the stats currently, we can see for Pulisic, first of all, he's made an appearances of 81, and made 163 dribbles. Interesting fact is that since 2016 joining Dortmund, Pulisic has made the most dribbles in the Bundesliga, which is very admirable. And he's made 13 assists and scored 10 goals. Decent numbers, but what do these numbers mean? Well, we need to look at the averages. And when we look into the averages, we can see that on average, Pulisic makes 2 dribbles per game, makes 0.16 assists per game, and scores 0.12 goals per game. Now on their own, yeah, these are just numbers. So let's compare this to Hazard in his first 3 seasons at Lille and see what his stats look like. So in the first 3 seasons that Hazard played for Lille in Ligue 1, he made 113 appearances, achieved 250 dribbles, made 34 assists, and scored 32 goals. Now, as you can see, Hazard has played more games than Pulisic. So we need to look at the averages. And when we look into the averages, we can see that Hazard, on average, makes 2.2 dribbles per game, has 0.3 assists per game, and has scored 0.28 goals per game. As you can see from these side-by-side comparisons, Hazard has more dribbles, more assists, and more goals. Yes, he's played more games, but we're looking at the averages here. Now, to be fair to Pulisic, he has 6 months left, so he probably could pull something out of the bag. I doubt it, but you never know. But in terms of Does he have more potential than Eden Hazard? No, I don't personally think so. I think Hazard is a gift. He's an amazing player. The reason why he's been nominated so many times for BFA, Ballon d'Or, is because he's an exceptional player. I'm not saying Pulisic won't be a great player. When you look at FIFA, you can say Pulisic is an exciting prospect. However, Hazard is potential to be special. And I think that's the difference between those two. Very small difference, but in football, these differences count. Pulisic, I'm sure, will go on to be a great player for Chelsea. And he could prove me wrong. But do I think he's worth that valuation of 58 million? No, I don't. But then again, most players aren't worth their valuations. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Do you think Pulisic has more potential than Hazard? Do you think he's worth that 58 million valuation? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below. As always, have a look around my channel, and if you like what you see, then please do subscribe. And as always, peace to you.